Rob, if you want to play this clip. You know what I love watching? I love watching her highlights of missing shots. She's got to be the worst shooter you've met in your life.
What I'll also say is this. Every single one of you WNBA players, you better pray that Caitlin Clark doesn't get injured. Because she's keeping your league afloat. Without her, ain't nobody care about.
Did you catch Angel Reese's latest stunt? The rookie who can barely make a layup is now threatening to shut down the entire WNBA if the players do not get paid more salaries. I'm not kidding. In a viral clip that's been making rounds, she casually dropped this threat like it was nothing.
I'm hearing like, yeah, they don't give us, if y'all don't give us what we want, like, we sit out.
That's a possibility.
Reese's financial complaints have become quite the spectacle. On Instagram Live, she dramatically revealed,
He ain't pays them bills, baby. I just hope y'all know the WNBA don't pay my bills at all. I don't even think that pays one of my bills.
When asked about her actual salary, she fumbled.
Yeah, it covers that. It definitely covers that.
What is my, I don't even know my salary. 74? Okay. Times.
Here, I'll do it.
Yeah. I don't even know my salary. Does it? Let me see. You don't even. Yo! I'm living beyond my means!
Let's be real for a second. $74,000 is well above the median American salary. Millions of families make it work with less. But for Angel Reese, apparently it's pocket change. Now, after her latest stunt about shutting down the WNBA, if she doesn't get paid more, someone finally stepped up to put her in her place. And that's none other than Patrick Bet-David, who just couldn't contain his disbelief when he heard Reese's demands.
Angel Reese says WNBA players could go on strike over salary and benefits. All right, so Angel Reese says this.
Back to Bet-David in a second, but Reese's complaints are quite unbelievable, considering her massive endorsement portfolio. While at LSU, she raked in approximately $1.8 million through NIL deals with Reebok, PlayStation, McDonald's, and a dozen other brands. That's right, $1.8 million before even setting foot in the WNBA. Now she's locked into a 4-year rookie deal totaling about $324,000. Roughly $81,000 per year. That's less than 5% of what she made as a college influencer. No wonder she famously said, hating pays the bills, because clearly her basketball skills aren't the main attraction. But Bet-David wasn't having any of it. He went straight for the jugular.
Rob, if you want to play this clip. You know what I love watching? I love watching her highlights of missing shots. She's got to be the worst shooter you've met in your life.
Ouch! When you're getting roasted for your basic basketball skills by a business analyst, it might be time to reconsider your career demands. Let's take a look at some of her lowlights.
Mabry comes up with the board. Long pass, perfect to Reese. She was unable to get it in. And they play some beautiful basketball. Again, no Brianna Stewart today. Chicago's missed 7 straight shots.
That's off all screens, so she's not getting any easy look.
Reese, short. Trust. Allen just blew by Burke, but couldn't get the floater to go. Angel Reese. Reese. Spinning.
Bet-David's assessment was brutal but necessary. A professional athlete demanding more money while struggling with fundamental skills is like a chef who can't boil water asking for a Michelin star. It just doesn't add up. Meanwhile, Bet-David's co-hosts could barely contain themselves. They took on the WNBA as a whole.
WNBA and what's her name? Angel Reese. Do it! I fully support your right to strike. You guys are a alleged $150 to $200 million company. You're operating at a loss every single year. You've never made money. It's called a zombie.
Here's the thing. Athletes in other sports have pushed for higher pay, and honestly, they have a strong case. The NFL and NBA rake in billions, and the players are the ones putting on the show. When stars fight for bigger contracts, it's because they know their worth, and the numbers back them up. Look at the NFL right now. George Kittle is eyeing a $20 million per year deal to stay with the 49ers, and Brock Purdy could land a staggering $50 to $55 million annually. Sound crazy? Not when you consider how much money the league generates. These guys aren't just asking for more. They're demanding their fair share of a multi-billion-dollar industry. Now let's talk about the WNBA. Here's the reality. The league has never been profitable. Sure, viewership is growing, but financially, it's still struggling. And that's the key difference. NFL and NBA players bring in massive revenue, so their paychecks reflect that. The WNBA? It's a different story. Bigger salaries sound great, but when a league runs at a loss year after year, where's the money supposed to come from? Now, here's where Patrick Bet-David really shines. As a successful entrepreneur, he breaks down the business reality in a way that's impossible to refute.
How much did the WNBA lose in 2024? You can type that up. How much did the
$40
WNBA
million.
So losing 2024, they lost 40 million. Year before was 50 million. So it's some progress that they're making.
Yeah.
From the 40-50.
Progress,
now,
guys.
watch this.
The WNBA allocates just 9.3% of its revenue to player salaries, compared to the NBA's 50%. But this isn't because of greed. It's because even with this modest allocation, the league continues to operate in the red. The NBA subsidizes the WNBA to the tune of $10 to $12 million annually just to keep it afloat.
He's coming for you. Here's a clip of Lisa Leslie saying that the WNBA should get paid more.
Oh, no.
Go ahead. And then Draymond Green claps back. Play the beginning of it if you don't mind.
I do feel ourselves to the NBA, but I do feel like the pay gap would be something that, we could just take a donation around the NBA maybe one night y'all don't go to the casinos.
I have something on this, though, because it pisses me off. It pisses me off because I don't think there's anyone in America that supports the WNBA more than NBA players.
100%.
The NBA players support the WNBA like
the most.
More than we probably support the fucking NBA.
One of the hosts went on to drop perhaps his most devastating truth bomb when he warned WNBA players about their golden goose.
What I'll also say is this: every single one of you WNBA players, you better pray that Caitlin Clark doesn't get injured, because she's keeping your league afloat.
The numbers don't lie, do they? Women's basketball is on the rise, and there's one undeniable reason: Caitlin Clark.
You know what the increase was from 2024 to 2023 in attendance in a year? 48%. That's massive for them. So that's the argument they're making. That's the Caitlin Clark.
That's quite massive indeed. Merchandise sales have also jumped 61%, and ESPN viewership has skyrocketed 170%. Averaging 1.2 million viewers per game. The All-Star Game alone pulled in over 4 million viewers, a level of attention the league has never seen before. But here's the thing: this isn't just organic growth, it's Caitlin Clark. When the Indiana Fever rolls into town, arenas are packed. Tickets that once went for next to nothing now sell at premium prices. Fans who never gave women's basketball a second thought are suddenly locked in. Meanwhile, when Chicago Sky, which is Angel Reese's team, plays without Clark on the court, it's the same old struggle for relevance.
And by the way, maybe they should play hard, but not flagrant foul. Caitlin Clark, can be, the face of the league. They may not like it's the face of the league. There may be professional jealousies among players, but maybe at face of the league can help things go and get merch, people in seats, and a better TV contract. They're getting a TV contract improvement for the 26 season next year.
Commissioner Kathy Engelbert seems to understand this strategy. She's pushing for smart partnerships and media deals that capitalize on the Clark phenomenon. The league is expanding, adding teams, and increasing the number of games played. But all of this only works if they protect and promote their star attraction. As one of the co-hosts explained, business issue. And no one's going to like what I say, but there are hardworking women in the WNBA that are the star players for their team. They're the face of the team, and they're out there doing it. But guess what? Until the team makes a profit, and by the way, everything you talked about last year is tremendous progress, and it puts them closer to making a profit. As soon as they're profitable, they can go on strike and go from 9% of the revenue to 12% to 15% to 20%. But if there's no revenue, that's the harsh reality that Reese seems unwilling to face. You can't demand a bigger slice of a pie that doesn't exist. Another co-host puts it bluntly: if you don't have Caitlin Clark playing women's basketball, or if you're not the NCAA tournament playing women's basketball, you got nothing. Zero. Zip. Nothing. While Reese builds a brand on controversy, Clark builds hers on dominance. One approach sparks drama, the other shapes a legacy. But let's circle back to Bet David. His analysis of Reese's strike threat was both hilarious and brutal. He asked ChatGPT a simple question.
Is it true that the WNBA makes money when they don't play? Is it true that the WNBA makes money when they don't play? Ask that question.
What does that mean?
Yes. In a way, the WNBA has historically lost money and receives financial support from the NBA, which means that the WNBA games are not played. The league can actually save money by avoiding operating costs.
Ben David could barely contain his laughter. Talk about a self-own. If WNBA players actually went on strike, NBA owners might pop champagne. Why? Because they'd finally get a break from subsidizing a money-losing operation. One of the co-hosts goes on to point out the NBA essentially treats the WNBA as a write-off. Literally. It's not a business, it's a PR move, a way for the league to say, look, we support women's sports, while continuing to foot the bill. For Angel Reese to be demanding more money from a league that's already on life support shows a profound lack of understanding about how businesses operate. It's like demanding a bigger allowance from parents who are already taking out loans to keep the household running. One of the co-hosts illustrated the WNBA's relevance problem with a simple quiz. Another co-host.
Quick trivia question for you, Vinny. Real quick, rapid fire.
Go.
WNBA stats. Here we go. You're a sports guy. How many teams are in the WNBA?
9?
No, 13. How many games do they play?
80?
40.
Damn it.
Who won the championship this year and who played in the finals?
The Florida Magics.
No, the New York Liberty beat the Minnesota Lynx.
Who?
Exactly. Who was the MVP? She was unanimous. She got all the votes.
Dylan Mulvaney.
Yes.
Yes.
Aja Wilson.
Oh.
You just failed the test,
I'm
buddy.
sorry.
This wasn't just a hilarious moment. It was a brutal reality check for the WNBA. The league's biggest problem? Most people, even hardcore sports fans, just don't care enough to know basic facts about it. And yet, Angel Reese thinks the solution is higher salaries? That's like pouring premium gas into a car with no engine. This is exactly why Patrick Bet-David's critique hits so hard. It highlights the stark contrast between two rising stars, Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. Clark, when asked about the future of the WNBA, responded with grace and vision. I mean, I'm not huge on comparing the WNBA and the NBA. Like, I don't really think that's fair. Obviously, I think where the WNBA is right now is pretty incredible. I think a lot of people, or most people, would not believe it's in the place that it is right now. She continued, when people ask me where I think the WNBA will be in 5 years, it's hard for me to answer because people didn't even think we'd be here today. The sky is the limit. Did you notice something there? No complaints, no entitlement, just gratitude for the league's progress and optimism for its future. That's leadership. That's professionalism. That's how you build a lasting legacy. Meanwhile, Reese is on Instagram complaining about her $74,000 salary not covering rent, hinting at strikes and fueling controversy instead of focusing on excellence. Clark is lifting the game with skill and sportsmanship. Reese, she's chasing headlines instead of greatness. One approach builds the future, the other burns bridges. For now, Reese might want to take PBD's advice. Master layups before trying to negotiate labor disputes. Because let's be real, people are already sitting out when it comes to watching her play. The WNBA is entering a new golden era, but make no mistake about who's leading the charge, Caitlin Clark. Do you agree? Let us know in the comments, like, subscribe, and turn on all notifications so you never miss out. Check out the next video on your screen, and we'll catch you there. Thanks for watching.